Welcome back, 824 on this Thursday morning. Happening today for the first time in more than 30 years. Ferris State University's marching band will be taking the field.
Well, Tanner got to catch up with the marching band's director to see how they're lifting this new group off the ground while still honoring the university's traditions.
Daniel Atwood, the director of athletic bands for Ferris State University, joins us now. Daniel, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Good morning, Tanner. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's talk about this marching band. Of course, it has been more than 30 years since we have seen a marching band there at Ferris State. Talk about the excitement and the energy behind this new group getting ready to take the field there.
The excitement is palpable, not just on our campus, but in our surrounding community too. Everywhere I go, people are asking about the marching band, asking about what the uniforms look like, asking about how many students are involved. We've been just really excited. The students were here for 2 weeks before classes began to do band camp. So out there in the sun and the humidity, sweating it out, learning their pregame show and halftime show. And they've done an excellent job. For the first year, I think the audience is really going to enjoy a really great show by the students. So we're very excited about it.
Yeah, we're looking at some video right now that you guys sent us. It must be very interesting or maybe even difficult to start a group from the ground up. I know that, 30 years ago you guys had a marching band, but you guys are basically starting a new group here. So can you talk about starting this group back up and what that has entailed? What has that work been like?
Yeah, it's been 2 years, 2 solid years of planning here on our part. Our president, Bill Pink, has been very supportive of the program, so he gave me time to put a plan together, everything from budgeting to purchasing instruments to purchasing uniforms. Just everything that goes on behind the scenes. It's been a long process to get to this day. And then, of course, we have the students coming in from various backgrounds. Some students come from very competitive marching programs in their high schools, and some, this is their first marching experience ever. So it's been a challenge, too, just getting all of the students and all of the staff members that we have on the same page. But it's been an extremely rewarding experience.
Yeah, I think part of what's cool about marching band is that marching band typically follows a lot of tradition. If you go to a university that has a long-standing band there that's been around for maybe more than 100 years, you know that tradition is very ingrained. I'm sure back 30 years ago there was a lot of tradition there. Are you guys following some of those same traditions, or are you guys looking to start new ones as you start this group back up?
The answer to that is yes, both. We've been talking with some of our alumni, and there's some things that they talked about that they did 30 plus years ago that they would like to see as part of what we continue to do here. But with these students too, we're starting some of our own activities that we hope will become traditions here, including getting our mascot Brutus involved on the field at the 50-yard line before the game begins. So a little bit of both, some of the old and some of the new that will hopefully meld together and become traditions for us.
Yeah, you mentioned at the beginning of the interview that for about 2 weeks before the start of the school year, you guys were out there practicing, rehearsing on the field. Can you talk about just how hard these students work? And especially as you guys start basically a new group up here, you guys probably have a lot to cover in those 2 weeks.
We do. Yeah, they were here for 2 solid weeks, including weekends. Practice began at 9 a.m. and would go till 8 p.m. almost every day. So they were out there for long hours, long days, working not only the music, but also getting everybody in the same style with our marching technique. So it's been a tremendous amount of work, but we try to break it up, have a good time. The family that these students have formed over the last 2 weeks has been incredible. Watching them come together and bond and create the community and the culture that we now have here for the marching band has been a really rewarding experience to watch that all develop too.
Yeah, so you guys set a goal of about 55 members. You ended up with 77. An overwhelming response for your first year back after 3 decades gone. What does that say about the enthusiasm in the program?
Well, it's just, like I said, it's palpable. Students that were involved in the pep band program here before the marching band began, they were extremely excited. I owe them a lot of credit for some of the recruitment that they did, talking to their friends that are already here on campus, performing maybe in some of our other ensembles, talking to them about joining the marching band. So the students have been a great part of that. But also I've been out visiting high schools. I've been out at all of our events that we do on campus with orientations, just talking to students and trying to get them involved. And this is a big deal. This is the first one back in over 30 years. So I think there are a lot of students who just want to be part of that history that we are now making here at the university too.
Absolutely. You know, you mentioned the marching band uniforms. I've seen a couple of pictures of them on social media. Explain how those look and how it's going to look on the field.
It's a little bit more of a modern style. We had two different designs that we boiled them down to. We had started off with three and took votes and got feedback from community members, from administration, from students here on campus. And if people are more familiar with Drum Corps International, DCI, kind of has that kind of a look. It's a little bit more modern look, very sleek design. So I think people are really going to be wowed a little bit by the uniform this year too.
Yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from with that DCI-inspired type of look there in those pictures that I've seen. Let's talk about the shows this year. I mean, what can you tease as far as, what we'll be hearing at halftime?
Well, halftime is going to be a little bit of a story of the marching band coming back. So it was a dream that people had for years to bring this marching band back. And so we're going to open with Dream On by Aerosmith. And then, of course, we had to keep going and keep that dream alive. And so we had, the next song is going to be Don't Stop Believin'. And then our final tune for the first show, once everything was proposed and it was approved, then it was Signed, Sealed, and Delivered. So we'll perform Signed, Sealed, and Delivered by Stevie Wonder. So those are going to be the three songs that will open our first show.
You mentioned hearing from band parents, and we all know if you are a band family, you know how important it is to each family of the members that are in the band there. Talk about that support system that you guys have already built this early on in the program.
Well, band parents are diehard. They're coming from the high school level. They get so involved with fundraising and travel and chaperoning and just so many things that they do at the high school level that, I've told them here, they get a chance to just kind of sit back a little bit, relax, and enjoy their student being part of the program here. But the parents that we have right now, they've created their own Facebook group where they're keeping in touch with each other and watching some of the videos and rehearsals that have been posted on there and different photos that students have taken and posted to that site. We've had parents who've also bought season tickets, not necessarily huge football fans, but because the band is here, we have parents and community members who don't have anyone involved in the band who are now buying season tickets to the football games so that they can see the band perform.
That was definitely my family. They were always coming down to see me at Ball State and the marching band there too. You talked about the parents, you talked about the community support. What are you excited for as you get this group off the ground, ready for the first season back as the Ferris State University marching band? Well,
I think tonight is just going to be really exciting when they take the field for the first time. They have a nice pregame show that they're doing that's going to be really enthusiastic, I think, for the students and for the audience. So I'm really excited about that first time that they take the field. But more than the music, I'm excited just to have this opportunity to be part of this experience with this group of students. Like I said, they have been fantastic. I could not ask for a better group to work with. And so I'm really excited even for the coming semester and what we're going to be able to do and how the program is going to grow and expand over the years. So there's still a lot more to come.
Yeah. You were also mentioning, the future here, what to look forward to in the next part of the semester. Can you talk about where else we might be able to see the Ferris State Marching Band?
Yeah, so obviously we'll be here on campus for football games. This band will also be covering home games for our men's and women's basketball teams and for our hockey team. But we're going to be performing off campus as well. On September 7th, we will be at LMCU Ballpark where we will perform the national anthem for the Whitecaps for their final home game of the season. We've been invited to perform at some high schools, so we'll be up in St. Ignace in October. So we have a lot of opportunities where people can come see us off campus as well as coming here on campus to see us.
All right. Well, Daniel Atwood, the Director of Athletic Bands there at Ferris State University, we appreciate your time. Good luck tonight and good luck for the season ahead with the brand new Ferris State University Marching Band. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Tanner.